Welcome back to Love to Live in the Temecula Valley. I'm Catherine Materiali. I'm a realtor here in the Temecula Valley, and I love that I get to help people move here, get connected, and find a home that fits their life. I'd love to help you do that too. Before we jump in, make sure to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss more local shopping tours and neighborhood drives like this one. Today we're picking up right where our previous tour of the shopping along Madison left off at Murrieta Hot Springs Road near the Walmart. We're heading over the 15 freeway, then continuing toward the 215 freeway. This stretch between the 15 and the 215 and just beyond it is one of the main shopping and medical hubs in the area. Along this drive, you'll see major destinations like Amazon Fresh, Sam's Club, and Trader Joe's, along with medical offices and the other everyday conveniences. This is an area people use if they live in Murrieta, Temecula, Menifee, Wildomar, and even Winchester because it's so centrally located and easy to access from multiple freeways. Let's take a drive so you can see how it's all laid out. Alrighty, my friends, let's do this. Okay, so we are heading past where the Walmart is. So the Walmart is on our right-hand side, and that shopping center to the left is the one where that IHOP is right there on the corner, okay? So we are now, you can see there on the right, that little car just got on the freeway going south on the 15. And to the left, people are coming off of the 15 heading south. And now we're going over the 15 freeway. Up here on the left-hand side, you can see they're building a ton of apartments there. That was just a hill, and you would see dirt paths where kids would ride their bikes all the time. We're going to pass that, and then just past that, there's a little section here. So we are essentially going to be between the 15 and the 215 freeway. Now, side note, see all that green space to your right? Right there on the right-hand side, you'll see a pop-up for pumpkin patch, which turns into the Christmas tree. And on the left there, that's another spot where another Christmas tree lot, which is funny. It's owned by, I think it's like Bennett's family, which we always laugh at because my middle son is called Bennett. So we say, oh, there's your Christmas trees and your pumpkins. But that area to the right actually has plans, the triangle. They are going to put a shopping center in there. They've been talking about it forever, but they finally have plans moving in place. So we're going left here. I will tell you, when traffic is heavy, you can sit here for a little bit waiting for a window to pop in. I'm hoping at some point they put a light there, but there is a light just up ahead if you want to head in there that way. And we're going to head to the right here in this first center. Now, I'm going to point out to you on the left-hand side, there are two medical buildings. You can see the first one, and then there's another one directly behind it. I actually go to this location for my annual imaging, being a lady. And then you've got another medical building right behind. And then to the right here is just a little strip mall section. I'll show you what's in here. To the right, you have a bank. I've actually never even heard of Columbia Bank. It was a different small bank as well. This always seems to be some sort of small local bank. I'm not sure. And then you've got this Starbucks drive-through right there and the Starbucks location just on your right-hand side, which you can see here in the drone. And they move pretty good. The line moves pretty well for that particular Starbucks. And then at the end right is a classic. I will show you here in a moment. But so I'm going to pass that stop sign. That's another exit out of this little center here where you can turn right on Murrieta Hot Springs if you like. And people can come in that way as well. But you've got Richie's Diner. Richie's Diner is such a fun place. It's just your classic all-American diner and a fun place to go grab a burger or grab breakfast. It's family owned, locally owned. I actually love the family. One of the sons and daughter-in-law are dear friends of mine, amazing people. And then, so sad, there used to be a taco shop right there on the right-hand side. In fact, one of my girlfriends, when she had her baby across the way, I went and grabbed her taco shop and took it to her. It's not there anymore. It was a good one. But you've got a massage place and a brow place. And I'll point out here too, the Cove. That's a fun place to know about. They have live music there. And actually, I think... So if you've not watched one of my previous tours on Cal Oaks, Riffs Music, I want to say that the Cove partners with them for the kids to perform. I can't remember if it's that location. So the Cove is a great place if you want to go get some food and watch some live music. And then Nona's, I think I'm saying that right, I've eaten there once with friends. That's an Italian restaurant, and the food was great. We haven't gone back again, if I'm completely honest, just because we have other places we like more, but it's very well loved. So you've got a variety of things here. Now I want to show you, so now I'm going to head back out the way I came in, and we're going to go visit the medical buildings that were kind of just behind that you saw in that drone shot just moments ago. So now to the right are those two medical buildings I pointed out, one that has like the imaging place that I visit even personally. And now we're going to go in the back section. So right in front of us, that's where I was telling you the Bennett's tree lot pops up at times. I'm hoping, by the way, see straight ahead, the apartments are being constructed there. I can't wait till that goes through, because that street goes through to Los Alamos and it has never been open. I can't wait till they open it up, because it'll be a great cut through. And then just here to the left, there is a bunch of medical stuff in here. In fact, my OBGYN is in here. This is, ladies, if you're watching this and you want to know, right there on the corner, they are, that's where Temecula Valley OBGYN is. They're fantastic. And there's some really phenomenal doctors. Actually, we joke. So my oldest son is 23, almost 23. My middle son, I'm filming this in February. My middle son is about to turn 14 on the 29th of February. So we'll do the 28th because it's not a leap year. And then my little one is turning 8 on February 20th, where she turned when you're watching this. It would have just happened. But I've retired 2 doctors from there. They deliver my baby and then they retire. So apparently I like to retire OBGYNs. But they're a great office. We've really been happy with them over the years. And you can see you've got a cardiologist there. I mean, just pretty much anything that you need. All those specialists are in this area. So I'm looping back around and I'm going to go back out because it's kind of quirky. You'll see I'm going to kind of do a big circle and come back in, but then we're going to veer to the right so I can show you another medical center. Also here, we drove past it already, just past Temecula Valley OBGYN. There's 2 Quest Diagnostics in here, and I've used both. There's a little one, which is the weirdest situation. You walk in, there's no person, it's just a kiosk, and you check in, and then they bring you to the back. And then where I'm taking you though, that one has like the bigger situation where they have somebody at the front desk and everything. And I'm not sure why they have 2 right by each other. I guess they just need it for the volume. By the way, just directly ahead, that traffic light right across from it is the hospital, which I will get to here shortly. So here's what I was saying. I went straight before. This time I'm veering to the right. And you can see there's the buildings we just went around, and see that kind of L-shaped building. That's what we're at right now. And this, again, it's just all medical offices. So along this corridor really is kind of a lot of the main hub. There's places all over the place where doctors have practices and such, but this is a big hub. So this is some place to definitely make note of. And what's really nice is how easy it is accessible to the 15 and 215 freeway. And then you saw in that drone, the hospital is directly across from it too. So the let's say, okay, let's talk for our mamas that are going to have babies. That hospital there is fantastic because they have the NICU. But you also could go to Loma Linda, which is just up to 215 at the edge of Murrieta, right before Menifee, and that's a beautiful hospital. I've only had to go there once for a procedure, but it's a great place to have a baby, but they don't have the NICU. So this last little section right here, this is accessible from Hancock as well. And this is just another medical building. I remember when my oldest Daniel was really little, we came here for a doctor visit. And from my recollection, it's basically just a collection of different doctors in here as well. So that's this whole section. They're all just medical buildings. So I know this is like a shopping tour. However, I felt like this would still be really useful for you guys to see, because when you move from out of the area, one of the biggest questions is, okay, where am I going to go for my general practitioner? And what if I need those specialists? And I know it's really hard too when you have those specialists or those doctors that you've gone to for years and you're starting all over again. So if we end up helping you find home, please, please, please do not hesitate to ask me and let me know what sort of doctors you're looking for. And if I don't know personally, I can definitely ask my community and get you some good referrals. So now we're going to turn right on to Hancock. Now, if we go to the left, that would take us to Los Alamos. If we go to the right, it's Murrieta Hot Springs. And I'm going to show you this pocket here, which is basically the hospital, as well as some more medical buildings. And there's a pharmacy over there. And this hospital and Inland Valley are both part of Southwest Healthcare. And then Loma Linda is its own thing. And that is, like I said, up the 215 freeway. Now, I have had 2 of my children at this hospital. I've never had to use the emergency room, thank goodness. But I've even known people who have worked here, and the staff are great. Just my personal experience, I would tell you, was so wonderful. Even so, there to the left, just so you know, that's where you would go in it when you're ready to have your baby. And then when I'm going to loop back around, I just want to show you the other medical buildings here. So there's some medical offices there. There's a pharmacy there. So if you want to have a pharmacy close to the hospital, you can. I personally just get everything that we ever need to get at Ralph's, which is by my house. And then you have some specialists here in the building across from the hospital. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn and just kind of loop through the parking lot just so you can see where the ER section is. So you have the one side, which is where you go if you're in labor, and then you have the other side, which is where you go if you are not there for fun reasons. And hopefully you won't ever need that. I really hope you won't. But if you do, this is where it is. And you can see that this basically then backs up to the 215 freeway. Okay, so looping back around. So fun story. I told you I've had 2 kiddos at that hospital. So my Bennett, my wonderful Bennett. So my middle child and my youngest child both have red hair, curly red hair, and blue eyes. I am so biased, but I just think they are so beautiful. My Daniel is olive-skinned with brown hair and brown eyes. That's my eldest. But Bennett is our leap day baby. Very, very special. And how neat is this? So the mamas that we had babies on leap day that year, I don't even know who they were associated with, but these 2 ladies came around from room to room with stuffies, hopping stuffies, so frogs or bunnies, and they let us pick one. And I picked this adorable frog stuffy, and we still have it. And it's just so special. It was so sweet and thoughtful, such a nice thing to do. And it's funny. So now, okay, I'm going to continue with my story so that you can get to know me a little bit more, but I'm turning left on Hancock, okay? So if we were to go the other way, I am going to do another tour showing that section of Los Alamos and Hancock, and then over to the other side of the 215. So that will come. But we're going to go back out to Murrieta Hot Springs now. Okay, so across from us, that's that land that I told you that there's a whole project planned called the Triangle, and they're going to have all sorts of shopping and things available there. Probably a car wash too. If you watch any of my videos, you'll get that. Maybe even a lube and tune or a tire place, huh? I tell you, it's so funny, the repeat that I see on these places. Like, how many car washes do we need? How many tire places do we need? I don't know. Okay, so right there to the right, that loop, that would be if you want to hop on the 215 going north. On the other side is another access point, but that we just went over the 215. Okay, so if you were coming from Menifee, you would be getting off there. If you want to go back to Menifee, you'd be going there, or you can take the 215 south, and this is right before the 215 and 15 merge together. So we're going to be going left. You see in that drone, the kind of the bus turning, we're going to be turning left there. And I'm going to show you two shopping centers on this side, which are the biggest ones. The one that you can see in front of us now, I will do in the next week. Okay. So for today, I just want to show you the two main ones here right on the edge. And I'm going to go all the way at the end. So this road takes us into Alta Murrieta. So we are now technically in central Murrieta, okay? Central Murrieta is kind of like this triangle area that is like between the 15 and the 215. I know that we are not between the 15 and 215, but if you look at the map, this goes up to Alta Murrieta, and it's a lovely community. It's no HOA, lower taxes, some really pretty views, a very established neighborhood. It's a great area to consider. And it's very price point friendly as well. Alrighty, friends. Okay, so we're going to loop around here. There's just a bunch of random stuff here. So here in this first section, I'm going to point out there's a card shop. And Code Ninjas. I want to point out those two places, okay? So you've got the jujitsu as well. But, okay, the card shop. So my oldest son loves playing that game Magic. Don't know if you've heard it. Magic the Gathering. And I can actually play, by the way. Not great, but I can play. I can hold my own. Daniel crushes me, but that's a great card shop, and they actually have, you can go and play. So if you're into any of those card game group games, that might be a place you want to check out. And then Code Ninjas, and you can see there's a music shop, there's a pharmacy, there's, if you are a cosmetologist, you've got your Cosmo, I don't know how to say it, Cosmo Prof. I know it's short for professional, but so back to, what was the other one I wanted to tell you about? Oh, Code Ninjas. Okay, so robotics and coding has really, by the way, that buffet, not a huge fan. My husband likes it. I've had better. It's quite popular if you're really into buffets, but I would recommend another one for you. So Code Ninjas, that's a great place to check out. My Bennett really loves gaming and gaming creation and robotics. He did robotics at school before we homeschooled him at Thompson Middle School. Code Ninjas, though, is more for the littles. I would say I think it's like really more like 5th grade and younger, but they have some really great camps and classes. And I believe that they also partner with charter schools too. Double check on that. But I was trying to find something for him with homeschooling, and unfortunately that was just a little young. But if you have kiddos that are into that, definitely check it out. So you've got the Ross here, right next to Ross. You've got Burlington. Oh, Burlington used to be the Toys R Us when Daniel was little, and I miss that being a Toys R Us all the years, and we would go and look at the Thomas Tank Engine trains and all of that. I miss having the big box toy store. Am I the only one? And do you remember, what was it, KB Toys? Oh, and then they went out of business first, and then Toys R Us followed. I know they've got Toys R Us section in Kohl's, but it's not the same. Comment below if you agree. Or are you fine with just getting toys at Target? What's your thought? I mean, we get a lot of stuff on Amazon. Do you miss Toys R Us like I miss Toys R Us? I hope somebody says yes. All right, so you saw that there was the Dollar Tree there. I have gone there a million times to get balloons and things for birthdays. And then you had a few other things there. Now we're gonna kind of loop back around. Oh, look, I am showing you here. Okay, so you've got the barber, the nail place, the water. Now we're gonna head back. Oh, one of my favorite places is coming up, Marshall's. Okay, where are my girls at that like Marshalls and TJ Maxx? Drop a comment below and give me some props if you also love Marshalls and TJ Maxx. Now, I have friends that are like, oh my gosh, my brain goes crazy. I cannot handle it. It feels like chaos. I want everything super organized. I love finding a deal. And I can get some cute stuff and some cute home stuff too. Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods, of course, are all connected. I love all three of those stores. And then right next to Marshall's is Five Below. And that's another place our family goes to a bunch because my kids love that place. I don't know, the knickknacks. And then next to it is a Famous Footwear, great place to get the shoes for the kids. Oh, and then we're going to loop back around Honeycutt Farms. I'm not a ham person, but this place is very popular. That's family owned, locally owned. And that Du Bois Pizza and Pasta. Haven't got to try it yet. Dying to try it though. And when we were walking past one evening, there was a family outside and we're like, okay, what's it like? Is it good? And they said it was delicious. So we really want to go. My Bennett is a pizza connoisseur. And then that Capriotti's, that is newer and it's a sandwich place. I'm not a huge sandwich person, but my husband loves sandwiches, so we want to try that too. That Thai ice cream place, my kids love that. My friend Noy has taken them there. And then you've got a Cleaners, a smoke shop. And yeah, like I said, I need to go to that sandwich place. I think it's like an Italian deli style, if I'm not mistaken, but definitely want to check that out with my hubby. And then Postal Annex, if you need a P.O. box or you want to just send something off. Good Feet Store, that's from what I understand, they like scan your foot and help you if you have feet problems with shoes. Amazon Fresh. These are starting to pop up more in our region. Comment below if it's something that you have in your area or not. My husband loves that place. Then you've got the Murrieta Taco Shop. That Himalayan Grill and Curry is actually newer. I haven't been able to check it out yet, but I am a huge curry fan. I love Indian food, so I definitely am looking forward to checking that out. And then yet another Starbucks there. You got to have Starbucks. We have like a million Starbucks and 7-Eleven are just everywhere in our area. And you're going to laugh at me too. There's 3 more things in the center before we pop over to the other side to where the Sam's Club is. But I'm going to show you to the right is, which is right next to Amazon Fresh, is Sizzler. Okay, I know Sizzler has a stigma about it. And yes, my husband and I have shown up right when they open, along with everybody else in line was probably 70 or older, and then there's us. But this Sizzler is actually pretty bomb, you guys. Their salad bar is on point. They have delicious salad options, and they have other things too, but and we just really love that cheesy bread. The One Sushi, that's a good place. I think they do an all you can eat there. I've gone there plenty of times. A girlfriend of mine, TQ, she and I feel like we always do sushi. We try to meet up once a month. She sells a lot of new construction. She's with DR Horton, and I adore her, and we have lunch and we catch up, and we've just become dear friends. But that's one of the places that we might go to. Okay, so that's Murrieta Hot Springs, that main road that you see. Now we're going to pop up to the other side here in this shopping center. So my friends who love Trader Joe's, this is where the Trader Joe's is. We used to only have one by the mall, and it's small, and the parking lot sucks. I don't know what it is. It's a joke. Like Trader Joe's always picks locations that have terrible parking. My friends, you are going to love me. This Trader Joe's has the best parking lot. And it used to be like a I don't remember if it was Staples or something else, but it was an office supply store, and then it sat vacant for the longest time, and that's where they put the Trader Joe's. So, okay, you got your gas station on the right, which also has the drive-through car wash, and then I'm going to show you this little section here, but there's a Pacific Pita. Oh, I love Pacific Pita. It's a franchise. It's locally owned. Pacific Pita, if you didn't know, is a franchise situation. I love getting the Tawuk plate. I'll get the chicken and the lettuce and the hummus and the pita bread and the garlic stuff. Oh, it's so good. And then you've got flame broiler, which is like, you know, like grilled chicken on top of the rice and veggies. Submarina, which is sandwiches, and Rise to Grind, which is a coffee shop, okay? So then here in the corner, kind of tucked away, you can see to the right is Wendy's. So if you want to get your Frosty, you can go get your Frosty there. And right next to it is El Pollo Loco. I love El Pollo Loco. Oh my gosh, I wish I could learn how they do that marinade. It is so good. Have you been to El Pollo Loco? Do you have that in your area? The chicken is just tender and flavorful. We'll grab the family meal, and we'll have the pinto beans and the tortillas and the chicken. And I like to get the Loco side salad because that salad dressing is amazing. And then there's the Hat. We drove past the Hat. That's got like roast beef dip, pastrami sandwiches. Oh my gosh, their portions are nuts. They are huge. They have burgers and stuff too, but it's like a heart attack waiting to happen. I'm not a huge fan. It's a little too much for me, but my husband likes it. Again, I'm not really a big sandwich person. And then you've got the dental place there, and you've got the Wild Wings or whatever. And then I want to point out here, because the way that my car is filming, you can't see it, but just to the left there is the gas station for Sam's. So you would come in, see where that car's about to turn left. And you would loop back around and then find an aisle. I'm going to show you here in a minute, after I show you a couple of things in front of us, how you would access the lanes. But the lines really aren't that bad. It depends what time you go. You're never going to wait a significant amount of time, but it does get a little congested. So you want to be selective with what time you go if you are in a hurry. Okay, my friends? So, but again, if you don't mind going on the side that is not, your tank is not on, and just pulling it over, the pumps are long enough for it. So here at the end, you've got the Sola Salon, which is one of those places where it's essentially like not booth renting, but you know, they each have their own little, like there's lots of different businesses within there, all self-care related. And then Harbor Freight. My husband loves, that's his Five Below, okay? My kids love Five Below. My husband is like a kid in a candy shop or a kid in a Five Below for Harbor Freight. He'll go to Home Depot for the legit stuff, and then he goes to Harbor Freight if he just wants kind of a fun thing. And then you've got an Azusa Pacific location here. There is the actual Azusa University at a different location, but they have a satellite location here, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, so Sam's Club is just up to the right. I'm going to show you really quick. I just wanted you to have an idea of how you can access the parking lot part, or the gas station part. I think I do that. But yeah, you have the Sam's Club, which I'll loop around. And then do I? Yes, I do. Okay. So this part here, you've got kind of two sections, and see where those trees are. So they do have cones blocking. So you would either go on the section to the left of the trees or the section to the right of the trees to access the different pumps. And then let's go past Sam's Club, and then I'll take you over to Trader Joe's. Also, I'm going to point out too, there are some EV charging spots in here. Not a ton of them, but there's a few. So you've got your entrance here to Sam's, and then just to the right there, we're going to turn right. You've got the tire changing part. I think we've actually bought tires from here before for my car. And then just to the left of where I am right now, I try to turn it so you can see it, but you kind of see a couple there. That's where the electric vehicle charging stations are. And I have picked brains. I have not gone EV yet, my friends. I have a hybrid, but not a plug-in yet. And I'm really kind of getting to that point where I'm like, ooh, I do so many miles though. And so I've been asking a lot of questions. So if you have an electric vehicle, give me your feedback. But also just know I drive a ton. And that's something I've been nervous about, is just how far I can go. And I just don't have time to sit and recharge before going home. So there's the Trader Joe's. And look at all the parking everywhere. I mean, Daniel took these drone shots at a different time that I'm filming, but there's so much parking and the spots are big and you've just got so much room. It's a beautiful thing, my friends, a beautiful thing. So you can go to Trader's, you can go to Sam's, you can get all your stuff. Then you've got Powerhouse Gym. Actually, we used to be a member of Powerhouse Gym back when it used to be over by the Walmart on the other side, but they are now in this location. And then this building right here is vacant. This used to be the Dick's Sporting Goods. Now they're down at the mall. They actually relocated down to the mall, and that's just, we'll see what happens with that one. And then the only other little thing in here is the Rubio's and the Habit right next to each other. Both super yummy. I mean, Habit's got great burgers, and I love their chicken Caesar salad, and Rubio's has got great fish tacos. I will tell you my order. I get a California bowl, but I get rid of the rice and I add more lettuce. It's delicious. And then you've got that section there that has the School First Credit Union and a nail place and a Great Clips and a Verizon store. And we're almost rounding out this video. I'll show you just a couple more things here. To the right there, you've got the Altura Credit Union. And to the left, I'll show you in a second, is the Walgreens. And just if I were to go straight right there, that would take me back out to Murrieta Hot Springs. But you've got the Walgreens there. So if you like Walgreens for your prescriptions, then that's where it is. So this is everything here. And when we go back out, so when we're going to turn right and then we're going to turn right again, and that takes us back out to Murrieta Hot Springs. If you go left, that would take you to the 215 immediately and then the 15. And if we go right, that takes us towards Margarita and then Winchester Road. And that will be next week's video. So hope that you find this helpful. And I can't wait to see all your comments. Please, please do. Let me get to know you, my friends. That was a look at the shopping and medical corridor along Murrieta Hot Springs from the 15 freeway over to the 215. This area really functions as a central hub for the region. Whether you're coming for specialty grocery stores like Trader Joe's or Amazon Fresh, warehouse shopping at Sam's Club, medical appointments, or larger retail stops, this stretch draws people from multiple cities because of how convenient it is next to the two major freeways. If you're thinking about moving anywhere in the Murrieta or surrounding areas, understanding where these regional hubs are, that can make a difference in your daily routine. If this tour was helpful, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you don't miss next week's continuation, where I'll show you smaller centers just beyond this section. I would love to be your guide for all things Temecula Valley. We'll see you on the next video.